All right, let's get right into it. For the last year or so, everybody has been obsessed with mastering just one single chatbot. But here's the thing. While everyone's arguing about which chatbot is the best, the real unfair advantage is being built somewhere else entirely. So today, we're going to move beyond that single chat window and talk about building your personal AI stack, a system that is going to multiply your results and completely redefine how you work by 2026. And this timeline, it shows a really crucial shift. I mean, think about it. In 2023, AI was just something in a chat window, right? A separate tool. By 2024, it started creeping into our editors, acting as an assistant. But look at 2025. AI becomes the workflow itself. It's the core engine of how things get done. This isn't just about learning a new app, it's a fundamental change in how work happens, and we've got to adapt.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the foundational layers, the basics. Then we'll dive into custom toolkits for three key roles: the builder, the creator, and the strategist. And finally, we'll wrap it all up and talk about how you can start building your own unfair advantage, like today. Okay, so before we can start building anything cool, we need to understand our materials. It's kind of like cooking. You have to know your ingredients before you can even think about following a recipe. So let's look at the foundational pieces that make up any good AI stack.
This quote right here gets to the absolute heart of the idea. It feels like there's a new AI tool popping up every single week, but the secret isn't collecting them all like they're Pokemon cards. The real power, the magic, comes from connecting a select few and making them actually work together to multiply your results. It's all about creating a system, not just using a bunch of disconnected apps. And there's a name for this skill. It's called AI tool stacking. Again, it's not just about using separate apps one after the other. It's about making them share information, share context, and run like one big unified system. This is what unlocks true automation from start to finish. And honestly, it's the key thing that separates the power users from everyone else.
At the heart of any stack, you have the brains, and that's the core large language models, or LLMs. These are the engines that do all the thinking, the writing, and the reasoning. You can think of them as the central processor for your entire operation. Now, here are the four brains you're probably going to use the most. You've got GPT, which is your reliable all-rounder. Then there's Claude, which is amazing for writing and deep analysis, mainly because it's so good at handling long, complex documents. Gemini is the no-brainer if you live and breathe in the Google ecosystem. And Perplexity, well, it's a game changer for research because it actually cites its sources. But here's the key. You don't have to pick just one. Use the free versions and just switch between them depending on what you're trying to do. So if the LLMs are the brains, then AI browsers are the hands. These are way more than just search engines. They're basically autonomous agents. You can give them a goal, like book me a flight to Miami or buy this specific thing for me. And they can actually navigate websites, fill out forms, and complete the task for you. This is how your AI stack starts to actually do things in the real world. All right, now that we have the foundations down, let's see how this actually works in practice. We're going to kick things off with our first persona, the builder. This is for all you developers and coders out there who are looking to build the ultimate AI toolkit. And this is a massive shift for developers. Seriously, AI is no longer just this thing you consult in a separate tab. It's now the core engine inside your development environment. It's suggesting whole blocks of code, finding bugs in real time. It's completely reshaping how software gets built from the ground up. So, what does a simple stack look like for a builder? Well, first, you'd code inside an AI-native environment like Cursor, which has AI just built right in for smart suggestions. Second, when you're stuck on a really complex architectural problem, you'd switch over to Claude for its deep, long-context reasoning. And third, when you need to prototype an idea super fast, you use a tool like Replit to spin up an entire app from just a single prompt. See? 3 different tools, one seamless workflow. Next up, let's look at the creator. It doesn't matter if you make videos, images, or podcasts. There's an AI stack that can basically function as your entire production studio. And get this, you might not even need to turn on a camera. This is the new creator pipeline. It's pretty wild. Step 1, you generate absolutely stunning visuals from a simple text prompt using tools like Midjourney or Sora. Step 2, you create a perfect human-sounding voiceover from your script with a tool like 11 Labs. And step 3, you combine it all with a realistic AI avatar in HeyGen. Just like that, you've got a professional quality video without ever touching a camera. And for our final persona, we have the strategist. This is for anyone in business, entrepreneurs, managers, marketers, anyone who wants to build a stack for maximum productivity and efficiency through automation. Yeah, for the strategist, the absolute magic word is automation. This is all about connecting the apps you already use and making them do all the boring, repetitive work for you. I mean, think about all the time you waste just copying and pasting data or sending manual follow-up emails. An automated system just does that on its own, which frees you up to do the work that actually matters. Here's a super powerful real-world example. First, you use a tool like Notion as your central business operating system for all your processes. Second, you use a tool like NN to connect Notion to everything else. Now you can build an automation where, let's say when you clip approve on a content idea in Notion, NN automatically generates all the social media posts, schedules them, and then pings your team on Slack, all with zero manual work. So, we've seen what's possible for builders, for creators, and for strategists. Now let's bring it all together and talk about how this becomes your personal unfair advantage over the next few years.
This quote right here, it just frames the whole situation perfectly. The threat isn't some faceless AI coming to take your job. The real competition is your coworker, the one who's learning how to use these tools to do 5 times the work in half the time. They're the ones adapting. The only question is, will you? So here's the bottom line, the key takeaway from all of this. The game has changed. Being an expert in just one tool isn't enough anymore. The most valuable skill right now is becoming an architect, someone who can design their own workflows by stacking these tools together to create something totally new. And that leaves us with one final thought. Don't try to automate your entire life overnight. That's not the point. Just think about one small, repetitive, annoying task you do every single week. That's your starting point. So what is the very first process you're going to automate with your new AI stack?